EKO Club, SOUQ, Lagos, hosted a high-level public lecture on fiscal federalism and the 2026 tax law reform at its Blessing Hall, convening legal and economic experts to assess Nigeria's evolving tax framework. Now, the lecture was delivered by Abiola Sani, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Dean of Law Faculty at UNILAG. Now, I beg your pardon, all the contributors included Babasheyi Joseph, with panel contributions from Opeyemi Ogumbo. In his presentation, Professor Sani examined the constitutional foundations of fiscal federalism in Nigeria and addressed how the 2026 tax reforms could reshape revenue generation across federal, state, and local governments. He addressed concerns around tax harmonization, policy clarity, compliance mechanisms, and the broader implications of economic development.
This is not the first tax reform we have had, but this tax reform started with focus, and that focus was provided by tax policy. We had a tax policy document in 2017, but the president simplified it. He said, do not tax the poor, do not tax the trees, tax the food, do not tax capital, do not tax investment. And that has guided the contents of this reform. Until you check some of the provisions of the Reform Act, you won't believe they exist. And what are they? For the first time, issues that have been plaguing the tax system, like credit notes, have been dealt with, even by the withholding tax regulations. And by withholding tax credit, I mean people who had suffered tax at source. And when it comes to payment, they would not have the opportunity to use those credits to reduce their tax burden. Now, all that is history. Now coming to the tax acts themselves. The first one, we now have what we call threshold. For income tax, if you earn anything below 800,000, no tax. For companies, if the turnover is less than 100 million, no tax. For capital gain tax, if the gain is less than 10 million, no tax. And again, if the turnover, I mean what you use to trade, is not up to 150 million, no tax. Then furthermore, even if the gain is more than 10 million, and then the turnover is more than 150 million, if you reinvest by buying shares in the same year, no tax.
I think it's immediately, because, for instance, there is the relief or this provision that says that if you are earning less than 800,000, you are tax-free. You are not going to pay any tax. So, the representative of the LIRS just told us now that people should file their tax returns, okay? And that is from this January. So anybody making payments, anybody earning income that is less than 800,000, definitely you will start noticing, the effect.
Underscored growing national conversations around fiscal autonomy, equitable revenue distributions, and sustainable public finance. Analysts say the 2026 tax law reform is on one of the most consequential fiscal policy shifts in recent years, particularly as governments seek to diversify revenue sources amid fluctuating oil earnings and macroeconomic pressures.